Some video game heroes are born great, some have greatness thrust upon them, and some get given sweet robot arms and then spend the whole game complaining about them.
I never asked for this.
In the spirit of Adam Jensen, here are 7 video game protagonists who are just trying to get on with their lives and really didn't sign up for this. Watch out for spoilers ahead for the following games.
Hey, Mr. Freeman. I had a bunch of messages for you, but we had a system crash about 20 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to find my files. Just one of those days, I guess.
One of the most iconic first-person shooter heroes of all time is memorable precisely because he's not some muscle-bound bro. Instead, at the beginning of Half-Life, Gordon Freeman was a theoretical physicist, a bespectacled man of science just heading to his job at Black Mesa's anomalous materials lab.
They're waiting for you, Gordon, in the test chamber.
Unfortunately, a disastrous resonance cascade fills the entire Black Mesa complex with hostile aliens, and that's before the government soldiers arrive to rub out any remaining witnesses. Still, Gordon takes the transition from physics nerd to Rambo in his stride, and by Half-Life 2 Episode 2 he's become the figurehead for resistance against the Combine. And based on the body count, a mass murderer. This is a man with a PhD from MIT who should be using his mighty brain to solve complex equations, not gun down waves of soldiers. Instead, he hasn't done any science in ages. Physics puzzles don't count.
You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
Even in a lawless post-apocalyptic desert like the world of the Mojave Wasteland from Fallout New Vegas, you think a courier would be able to go about their business of delivering packages without being shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave by Chandler out of Friends. And yet here we are.
Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
Still, you've got to admire the courier's dedication to the job. They've promised to deliver the platinum chip to Mr. House, and by God, they're going to do it, even if it means fighting giant rad scorpions, crucifixion-happy future Romans, and yes, Chandler from Friends to get it back. Or, I mean, this is Fallout, you can just decide to declare yourself ruler of New Vegas and rule with a deadly army of Securitrons. The point is, they're clocking up some serious overtime here. Hope you're keeping track, Courier Company.
The sledgehammer-wielding hero of Red Faction Guerrilla's resistance, Alec Mason, starts out as an average mining engineer. He's arrived on Mars in the hope of a better life, but when he meets up with his brother Dan, it quickly becomes apparent that the Red Planet has some societal issues to work through.
What the hell was that? The EDF. They own the road and everything else. Forget the propaganda. Free Mars is over.
It turns out the Earth Defense Force is spending 0 time defending Earth and a lot of time oppressing Mars. After Dan is murdered at the very start of the game, Alec ends up forced to join the Red Faction, an underground resistance fighting against a totalitarian occupying force that's guilty of all the usual stuff.
Prison camps, torture, death squads.
Could you not have mentioned those things before I moved all the way to Mars?
Sounds like they're having problems with their encoder. You get us down there and Isaac and I can fix it. 48 hours max.
Despite being named after 2 different sci-fi authors, Isaac Clarke is most definitely not into science fiction. He's just a systems engineer trying to get a job done. A job in space, granted, but signing onto a mining ship doesn't mean you're automatically up for Lovecraftian space horror.
Jesus! Open fire! Open fire! Give the power! Give the...
Come on! Come on! Got it!
I mean, I imagine you assume a certain amount of risk is involved with space mining, but generally it's to do with remaining safe around dangerous machinery and being sure to wear the right protective gear, not having your head torn off by space zombies, or performing amateur eye surgery on yourself with a drill. Always check your contract, is the lesson here. I personally made sure that my outsidexbox contract stipulated no unknowable space horror. Oh wait, there are more pages. Oh, god damn it.
Cheer up, handsome. We're here.
Alan Wake, who is enough the hero of Alan Wake that the game is called Alan Wake, wouldn't exactly be your first choice to stand up against the literal forces of darkness. For a start, he's a writer, not a fighter.
My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer.
See? Worse still, he's not even a very good writer, and he's been afflicted with writer's block for 2 years, which is probably around the point that you transition from struggling writer to just plain old unemployed. So when he and his wife Alice take a vacation to Bright Falls, she decides to buy him a typewriter in the hopes he'll find inspiration in the idyllic setting.
Surprise!
Alice? What is this?
Instead, his wife drowns, he passes out for a week, and when he comes to, a dark presence is possessing the townspeople, and the pages of a terrible, unfinished novel, seemingly written by him, are dictating the future.
Cabins for rent in
Oh, hell. Maybe just book Disneyland next time. Fortunately, the Taken, as they're known, can be killed with a combination of a flashlight and a revolver, so Alan spends the majority of the game shooting things and very little time writing an ending to the novel that will bring Alice back and drive the darkness away. What's wrong with just writing "and everyone lived happily ever after," Alan? Problem solved.
I know it can be a bit overwhelming, but I'm here to tell you there's nothing to worry about. You'll be fine.
Mike Schmidt, the protagonist of Five Nights at Freddy's, could probably be forgiven for thinking he was signing up for a safe, albeit relatively boring job as a night watchman at a pizza restaurant. There's no way that pizza can kill you, except gradually over a series of years due to congestive heart failure. What he probably wasn't expecting was the fact that Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is populated by animatronic animals. Animatronic animals that are allowed to roam freely around the restaurant at night because if they stay still for too long, their joints lock up. Okay, so it's going to be a little creepy keeping watch while those robots stamp around, but it's not a deal breaker, right? Oh, there's also the fact that if they spot a human being, they'll assume that they're an animatronic skeleton out of their costume and forcibly stuff them into a spare robot suit, killing them.
The only parts of you that would likely see the light of day again would be your eyeballs and teeth that pop out the front of the mask.
I feel like that part should have been explicitly mentioned in the job advert.
Yeah, they don't tell you these things when you sign up.
Further exploration reveals that 5 kids were murdered here by a man dressed as one of the animatronics, and that one of the robots bit someone in the brain back in the 80s.
They used to be allowed to walk around during the day, too, but then there was the bite of 87. Yeah. It's amazing that the human body can live without the frontal lobe.
How far do you actually have to go to get your restaurant shut down around here? These people must really like pizza.
You can't help but feel a bit sorry for bumbling space janitor Roger Wilco from the Space Quest series. There he is, minding his own business, making sure the floors of the spaceship Arcada are adequately waxed and taking on-duty naps in his broom closet when the ship is attacked by the nefarious Sarians. Through a combination of puzzle solving and blind idiot luck, he foils the Sarians' plans, saves the galaxy, and is awarded the Golden Mop for his services to the janitorial arts. Sadly for Roger, from the first game in the series onwards, his newfound fame means he's constantly being abducted, shoved into time rips by his own son, and pursued by killer androids. Somehow though, Roger always comes out of it okay, avoiding the series' legendarily unpleasant deaths. But even after saving the galaxy multiple times, he remains a sanitation engineer of some sort or other, right the way up to Space Quest V, when he finally achieves his dream of becoming the captain of a ship. Yes, it is a garbage ship.
Those were the video game heroes who'd much rather be at home with a cup of tea than fighting an evil space monster on a crashing spaceship in the middle of an explosion. Got a favourite reluctant hero that we missed? Let us know in the comments, and like and subscribe for more videos like this from Outside Xbox. Thanks for watching! Thanks for watching this video about reluctant heroes in video games. What you shouldn't be reluctant about is clicking on one of these windows underneath me, which has other videos in them. See the way I tied that back into the title of the video?
Nice segue.
Thank you, slick. So you can watch this playlist here, which has got Show of the Week, which is our weekly show and is full of fun stuff and is great, and you should watch that. Or if you want to watch more videos like this one, you can watch them in this window down here, which I can see. It's because the way the studio is built is I'm on a sort of raised platform above 2 large windows where we're always projecting our videos, and it's very strange. Although you'll find a lot of YouTube channels are set up like that. It's weird. I think it's just a directive from Google. But yeah, so click on one of those, enjoy the videos within, and yeah, thanks for watching this one. Bye!